right. How is my book going so far? It's going okay. I think it's going better now that I'm still reading this. I'm taking my time. I was going to finish it in one day, but I think it's worth taking my time. So I'm reading it more slowly and making notes. And the notes I'm making are good, and I think they're really going to help me to to feel like I can write better. So yeah. I'm fine, Sidra. How are you? Who is my favorite singer? I don't have a favorite singer. I don't have a favorite singer. Am I going to war? Why would I be going to war? You're reading Harry Potter? Okay, that's good. Not the art of war. No, the war of art. Not the art of war. I have the art of war as well. But no, this is a different book called The War of Art. Maybe I'll read some of it today, actually. That might not be a bad idea. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. The author is Steven Pressfield. Steven Pressfield. How is my music band going? It's going okay, although we haven't gotten together in a long time. This happens a lot during the holidays. We all have families, and it's hard to get together, like to practice and to rehearse, because we all have work and family and all kinds of things going on for the holidays. So we were supposed to get together on Sunday, but last week, I don't know, maybe about 4 or 5 days ago, I kind of hurt my knee. I hyperextended my knee. Hyperextended means that your knee is only supposed to go to this point, but I went further. So my right knee is a little bit injured right now. It's not bad, but it needs a few days to recover, at least a week maybe. So we haven't practiced in a while, and I can't really play drums right now because my right leg just hurts too much. I could play drums with every other part of my body, just not my right leg. That might be fun. Maybe I'll try to play drums today without my right leg. Just use my left leg instead. It's a good challenge. I've had to do it before, actually. What's the most challenging experience I've ever had? Life. Of course. It doesn't matter, because everybody has big, challenging experiences. That's why the answer that I gave is the right answer. The most challenging experience is life. Everybody has a challenging experience in life in some way. Now, some might be more challenging than others, but it's still a challenge. humans have to grow, period. At any stage, humans need some sort of growth, even if it's slow. And for many people, growth is very, very slow because they don't pay attention and they're not really trying to grow. But for some people, they're paying attention and they're trying to grow, and so they can learn a little bit quicker, maybe more quickly. And it's part of evolution. Evolution is adaptation. Adaptation is challenges. That's what adaptation is. You adapt to the challenges of life. So, there you go. If I were a samurai now, would I do seppuku to have an honorable death? No, because I don't feel I have failed. I have not failed. And I'm pretty sure that's why you commit seppuku, is if you're commanded to because you failed or because you feel you failed. I don't feel I failed. Can I recommend which books are good to create new habits? Well, this one, like I said, this is the book I'm reading right now. And if you procrastinate about anything, this is a great book for you. Okay, and look, it's so easy. I want to show you how easy this book is. Look at the chapter. Look at the chapters. Look how short. Okay, let me go. I'll do another so you can see it. They're all like that. Every chapter is like one page. So it's easy to read, and this is a book all about changing your mindset about who you are and about procrastination. Yeah. So I definitely recommend this one. I'm going to read a little bit from it in a minute. You recently joined a story writing competition and wrote about the whispers of the dark room. Oh, that's cool. It sounds like a cool... Is it a poem or a story? It's a story. Do I think this can help you win? I don't know. Sidra, are you having trouble writing? If you're having trouble writing, maybe it will help you, but when you write, whenever you do any art, you should never be thinking about winning. There's no winning in art. There's only honest expression and false expression. Okay? In art, there's only two kinds of art. Honestly expressed art and falsely expressed art. Okay? The name of the book is The War of Art. The War of Art. Yeah, so it's about how it's difficult to express yourself. It's difficult to feel like you have an identity that matters, so that you should make art. To make art, you have to have an identity that you feel matters so that you can produce your art. Because if you don't feel your identity matters at all, then you won't produce your art at all. Then you're just a nihilist, essentially. But most artists, they do produce something because they feel that their feelings matter. That's all. They matter at least to themselves, right? So, many artists, they paint, and they have many paintings surrounding them. They're just painting. They're not doing it for anybody. They're doing it for themselves. So you have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe that your ideas and feelings are worth expressing. Yeah, you can find that book on Amazon, or you can look up Stephen Pressfield, The War of Art. Stephen Pressfield, The War of Art. It's not about winning, but like grammar mistakes. Oh, well, this book won't help you with that. No. This book doesn't have anything to do with grammar. Nothing. Which state is the most memorable state for you that brings back the memory you have with someone that you have lost and still love? Wow, that's a deep question, Akal. You're asking all the deep questions today. So by state, do you mean the 50 states of America, or do you mean a state of being? Okay, so which state brings back the most memories for me with someone that I have lost? Pennsylvania, my grandmother. And I still love her. I used to visit my grandmother every summer. We would go visit in Pennsylvania, and I always loved my summers with my grandma, and I miss her dearly. Still, she died when I was like 19. I have very good public speaking skills. Was the first time? No. The first time I was public speaking was probably when I was like 5, 6. I don't know. Okay, so I'll have 2 answers. I still am friends with one of my teachers from the 5th grade. Okay, my favorite teacher from the 5th grade, Mr. Burns, is a friend of mine now on Facebook. And it's really cool because I'm a teacher now, and he was my favorite teacher, so it's kind of cool to be friends with your favorite teacher. And when he found out that I'm a teacher and that I do live streams and public speaking, things like this, he wasn't surprised at all. He said that he knew I would do something that had to do with being in front of people, because I was always like that, he said. So I don't completely remember it myself. My memory of my childhood is kind of funny. It's kind of patchy. But the people who talk about me, they say that I was very gregarious and affable, and that I wasn't afraid to speak in front of people. Now, that's my first answer. My second answer, though, is that I'm just like anybody else, and I get nervous too. And I have identity feelings of doubt, where, you doubt yourself. And if you doubt yourself, then it's easy to be scared when you're talking in front of people. So, when I first started talking, teaching maybe, or performing for sure. When I first started performing, I was very nervous all the time when I first started performing. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. The more you do it, the more comfortable it becomes. The more you do it, the more it becomes something that you're good at, not something that you are afraid of. So I've done it so much now. Yeah. Let's see. Sidra, to improve your grammar mistakes, you need to just work on your grammar a lot. So I would say use as many websites as you can. There are many websites for practicing and improving and working on your grammar. Use ChatGPT to work on your grammar. Find your specific problems with grammar. What problems do you always have? What mistakes do you always make? and then make worksheets. Tell ChatGPT to make a worksheet about that, right? So maybe you have trouble with present perfect tense. Okay, tell ChatGPT to make a worksheet with 100 questions about that. Okay? Yeah. How do you get rid of stuttering? Do you stutter in your native language too, or only in English? In your native language too. Okay, see, that matters. That's important. Have you been like this your whole life? Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad would you say your stutter is? Oh, but not in your local language, but in your native language too. Huh. Interesting. So stuttering can be caused by many things. Okay? Sometimes stuttering is almost a genetic kind of a thing. Like, I have a friend of mine who's a drummer who he has a stutter and he's always had it, and it's probably not fixable, but it's manageable. But his is caused by something slightly different. Stutters can be caused by a few different things. For many people, stuttering is just caused by nervousness. That's it. It's really just nervousness, or that you are too excited or you're not calm, and so your mind is going too quickly, so your words get stuck because you're going too fast. Okay? So, stuttering, it depends. You want to get your sentence done quickly. Okay, well, if your words matter, then make them matter. So slow down. It's a funny thing that so many people think that fast speaking is good speaking. It's not. It's not. Especially if you're trying to say something that matters. Something important. If you're trying to say something important or something that matters, then you should slow down. So, let me show you something. Sometimes my phone doesn't work right? Maybe an app doesn't work right, or my phone's not working right. So what do you do? What do you do when your phone is not working right? What should you do if your phone's not working right? Wow, weak audience today. Man, I need to get my game on. This is getting sad. 38 people. It should be 138 people by now. You restart. That's right. So, when your computer's not working right, what do? You restart. Okay? So guess what? The human body can restart also. You can restart your body. Do you know how to restart your body? Let me show you how to restart your body. There's a button right here. Right behind your right ear, you push this button, okay? And then watch what happens. Watch. I'm going to push the button, and then here's what happens. I reset. Take a deep breath. It's the funniest thing. Nobody does it. It's not a difficult thing. It's not hard to do. It does work. If you need to calm down, if you need to slow down, then take a deep breath. Reset. Reset. Where is my beard? I shaved it off, obviously. I grow it and I shave it and I grow it and I shave it. It takes me only about maybe a month to grow a pretty thick beard. 2 months and I've got a full beard. Okay? Within 2 weeks, you'll see a pretty thick beard. But I like to change it up. And people were pissing me off by saying how old I am. Am I tired? Yeah, a little bit. Why? It's morning. So, yeah, I'm still tired. Today was fun. Yesterday we had no snow, and today we have snow. So, let me see here. Maybe I can show you. Let's see. So look at this. Um, 2 days ago, it looked like this. 2 or 3 days ago, it looked like this. But then it started to snow. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Now you can kind of see the snow. Right? And now it looks like this. This morning. Yes, we have our heat on. We have our heat on. Brahim, don't do that. Come on, Brahim. You know you're not supposed to do things like that. You don't go to somebody else's live stream and start trying to advertise your own. That's not cool, Brahim. You definitely don't ask for gifts, man. You don't ask for gifts in somebody else's live stream. Okay? I'm sorry, but it's not appropriate, right? Where is it? It's Ohio. It's just south of Michigan. Just south of Michigan. Michigan is up here and Ohio is right down below it. They won't let you open your own live? Why not? Did you ask? Hello, Andre. How are you? Good to see you. Long time no see. How have you been? We're talking here, everybody. We're talking. I'll tell you what, I'm going to read a little bit from this new book that I just got a few days ago, and it's good. It's very good. It's called The War of Art. The War of Art. It says, break through the blocks and win your inner creative battles. Okay, so this is a book about breaking through, like, you know, when you feel stuck artistically, or you can't write, or you feel like you can't do something you're supposed to do, you're procrastinating about something, a project maybe or something, then this is a great book for you. Okay, so I'm going to read just a little bit from here. All right? Okay, so the first part is called What I Do. What I Do. I get up, take a shower, have breakfast. I read the paper, brush my teeth. If I have phone calls to make, I make them. I've got my coffee now. I put on my lucky work boots and stitch up the lucky laces that my niece Meredith gave me. I head back to my office and crank up the computer. My lucky hooded sweatshirt is draped over the chair with the lucky charm I got from a gypsy in San Mier del Mer, I think. Yes, San Marie de... I can't even pronounce it. San Marie de la Mer? San Marie de la Mer, that's it, I think. For only $8 in francs, and my lucky Largo name tag that came from a dream I once had. I put it on. On my thesaurus is my lucky cannon that my friend Bob Versandi gave me from Morro Castle, Cuba. I point it towards my chair so it can fire inspiration into me. I say my prayer, which is the invocation of the muse from Homer's Odyssey, translation by T.E. Lawrence, Lawrence of Arabia, which my dear mate Paul Rink gave me, and which sits near my shelf with the cufflinks that belonged to my father, and my lucky acorn from the battlefield at Thermopylae. It's about 10:30 now. I sit down and plunge in. When I start making typos, I know I'm getting tired. That's 4 hours or so. I've hit the point of diminishing returns. I wrap for the day, copy whatever I've done to disk, and stash the disk in the glove compartment of my truck in case there's a fire and I have to run for it. I power down. It's 3:30. The office is closed. How many pages have I produced? I don't care. Are they any good? I don't even think about it. All that matters is that I put in my time and I hit it with all I got. All that counts is that, for this day, for this session, I have overcome resistance. Okay? Resistance. Are you making fun of my French pronunciation? Yeah, I suck at French. And here's what it is. Let's see. S-A-I-N-T-E-S. San Maries. M-A-R-I-E-S. De la Mer. That's what it says. But I have no idea how to pronounce that in French. I know the first part should be more like, it's saint, but it should be sang, right? It's in French. I think it's something like that. Saint Marie de la Mer? Something like that. Anyway, I suck at French, and I never said I was good at it. So don't make fun. The point is, no, it's not a poem. That first part is not the best part, but it's about his process. He wakes up, he gets his coffee, he turns on his computer, he writes. He just writes until he starts making mistakes, and that's when he knows he should stop. And then he's done. So the point is that if you're going to make progress, you need to be consistent. So you show up and you do the work. And if it's good, it's good. If it's not good, it's not good. But you did the work. That's the point. That's the reason why people procrastinate, is because they think, well, sometimes there's a feeling that you should only do it if it's going to be perfect. So you shouldn't do it if it's not going to be perfect. But doing it is doing it. Sometimes that's what matters. So the point is to be consistent. Okay? Be consistent. And to show up and do the work. So if you have something you should, like you're studying English, you want to learn English. Do you wake up and study? Do you have a set time? Do you have a process? Do you have a schedule? Or do you have any kind of, consistent way of practicing or working or studying? If you don't have a consistent way of doing something, a plan, if you don't have that, then you can't show up to do the work. Because you're only showing up when you feel like it. Okay? You're only showing up when you feel like it. You have to just show up and do the work. Not just when you feel like it. All right? And sometimes you're writing something. Maybe you're writing, right? Like I'm trying to be a writer. Okay? I'm trying to be a writer. I'm trying to write down my ideas. And to be a writer, I have to believe in myself, and I have to show up, and I have to do it. You know, and you can only say you are that thing if you do that thing. So I am not a writer now because I haven't published my book yet. I will finish it. And when I do, then it will be done, and I will be a writer. But the point is you have to have consistency, and you have to be able to show up and do the work. And he calls it resistance. You have to fight resistance. Okay? You have to fight resistance. He says, what I know, there's a secret that real writers know that wannabe writers don't. And the secret is this. It's not the writing part that's hard. What's hard is the sitting down to write. What keeps us from sitting down is resistance. Resistance. And then he goes on to define resistance. What is resistance? It comes in many forms. So it's a book about trying to figure out how to avoid resistance. How to understand the book? You mean this book? Well, now you're lucky. You live in a world where anything you don't understand, you can ask ChatGPT, and it probably will do a pretty good job of explaining it. Okay? All right. Oh, somebody is raising their hand. Let's see, who is it? Wenhua something. Wenhua, hello Wenhua. Do you want to talk to me? The name of the book is called The War of Art. The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. Is that right? Hello, Wenhua.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. And you're in China in what city?
Xining.
Okay. All right. And what can I do for you today?
I have a problem. I need help.
Okay. What's your problem?
The English problem.
Okay.
You know, we Chinese, I want to teach kids to speak 26 letters,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't teach them in a correct way.
Okay. Why not?
You know, we Chinese, we have our own way to teach 26 letters.
Well, when you say you have your own way, do you mean the pronunciation, the sound, the phonics?
Yeah,
Right.
phonics, yeah.
Yeah. So,
But you native speaker, you have your own way. But we Chinese have our way. So I want to imitate. I want to use your native speaker's way.
okay. So the big difference,
So can you teach me?
I can. I'll tell you why there's a big difference between Chinese speaking English and American English. American English is a big mouth language. Big mouth.
Yeah.
So look,
Yeah.
when I speak, you can see how much my mouth is moving. And that's why it's so clear. If I did not move my mouth so much, it would not be clear. So, I know somebody, I have a friend who speaks very unclearly. When he speaks, he doesn't move his mouth very much. So when he speaks, it sounds like this.
We don't move our muscle.
Right.
Mouth muscle.
Right.
You use a lot of
But you
mouth
need to
muscle.
learn how to. You need to learn how. If you're going to teach English, then you need to learn the movements of English. So,
Yeah.
如果我说中文，我需要用好笑的嘴。
对。
可是如果我说英文，就是很大的、好大的嘴。So
对，比较夸张的。
对啊，夸张，对啊，你需要夸张 ，OK， 非常。
But we are so shy.
But shyness has no place in learning.
But it's our inner personality. We can't change it.
你可以呀，可以。如果一个可以，很多可以。
Okay, I try to.
Okay? If one can, many can. That's how it works. You have to be brave and show that others can. Okay? That's how it works. Okay? So, when I speak Chinese, I use a small mouth. I try to think about making my mouth smaller. Because all the movements of Chinese are small and inside the mouth. But English is the opposite. It's big. Especially the vowels. Okay? The vowels are the problem that most Chinese people have. So there are two ways to say English vowels. There's the long vowels and there's the short vowels, right? So,
Yeah.
I want to show you what it should look like when you say them, right? So here's the long vowels first, right? A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U.
I, O, U.
不错. I can't see you, but I can hear it, and it's not bad. It's pretty open. I can hear. Not bad. Okay, pretty good. Your A, your long A is very good. Many Chinese people have trouble with the long A. Like, can you say the word train for me?
Train.
But see, but when you say train, now your A suddenly becomes more of a not a. So when you say train, I want you to make your mouth bigger. So slow it down. Make it slower. 说慢一点. Okay. And then say train.
Train.
Much better. Yes, that's better. Your mouth stayed open and I heard a solid long A. It didn't change to an E. But many Chinese people, they say it the way you said the first time, which is more of a tren. It's not a, right? So that's, that's what I'm saying. You have to find those words that you need to work on. So now you know the long A is important, so you should find all the long A words and practice them every day. All right? And then, now we have the short vowels also. And the short vowel sounds are a, e, I, o, That's A-E-I-O-U. A, e, I, o, And the first three are the most important because those are the ones that most Chinese people, they have a lot of trouble with because their mouth is all the same position, so they sound the same. But the short A should be just a dada. Dada. It's short A, short E, short I. Dada, zhong de, xiao de. Dada, zhong de, xiao de. Big, medium, small. Okay?
Yeah.
So, it's a, e, I. Yeah. Dada, zhong de, xiao de. So if you see the open position is the same. My mouth, the wideness of my mouth is the same. A, e, I. Right? And then aw. Yeah, aw. Aw is like the sound when you see a cute baby. Aw. Right? When you see a cute baby, you say, "Aw." Right? That's the sound. That's the A-E-I-O-U. Aw. And then is the U sound. And the sound is the sound we make when you don't know the answer to a question. You say, right? What's the question? What is it? That's the sound, is Okay? So, again, you need to have, all the positions need to be different so that they can sound different. But if your mouth positions are all the same, then they will sound all the same. Okay? So, a, e, I, o, Okay?
A, E, I, O,
不错, 不错. Now you need to practice that every day. And you need to be brave and show the kids it's okay to open your mouth. It's okay to exaggerate. Being good is being good. You want to be good, don't you? If you want to be good, then you have to exaggerate.
Yeah, I need help, Teacher Mark.
Okay.
You know, when I teach 26 letters to kids, we teach like this: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. But you American, you native speaker have your own way. I never can say that.
Well,
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah, we sing the song.
Elemenoki.
Yes, but
Elemenoki. I don't know how to say.
Yeah, elemento. You're right, elemento. It's basically
Elemento.
Yeah,
Elemento.
that's right. You have to pretend like it's one word, like this. Can you say that?
Where is it?
Did you see what I just?
Elemento.
That's it. Elemento. L M N O. Okay?
Yeah, right. Actually,
That's
we
it.
Chinese teacher, we can't speak elemental
你
P.
可以，你们需要夸张，你需要等一下，我需
We
要
always we 90% Chinese English Chinese teacher. We always say A B C D E F G H I J K L M
Yes.
O P Q. Like
You
this.
should. You should. That is how you should do it. A good teacher does that. So, listen.
But you native speaker.
Yeah.
Native speaker, you don't say L M N. You say elemental P.
That's right. But just because we do it doesn't mean it's right. Okay?
Oh.
So listen. When we sing the song, it's a song. And the song has a certain rhythm. Okay? So
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. It's only because of the song. That's the only reason we do it that way. Okay? But we teach our children that they need to separate. 需要分开.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so they should.
We can't say this word elemental P. We can't.
That's right. You should teach them to separate them. LMNOP. Okay, so we teach our children to sing the song, but we also teach our children to just say the letters. We teach both of them.
Please, my teacher Mark, please, once again to teach me LMP in your native pronunciation.
LMNO?
No.
Oh.
LMN.
LMNO.
LMNO.
Yeah, many Chinese people have trouble with the L sound also.
Yeah.
But it's funny. There's no reason for Chinese people to have trouble with the L sound because you use the L sound all the time. If I say, if I want to say something in past tense in Chinese, what do I use at the end of the sentence?
吃了，喝
La,
了。
la, hala, chula. You're right, right. La. That's the L sound. That's the same sound. And do you, 你喜欢吃四川的食物吗？
是的，我喜欢吃
Yeah. So, la, 这是辣的。La.
啊，辣的，
La.
辣的。
La. It's the same L. La. Chabador. It's the same thing. So there are two sounds that many Chinese people have trouble with. The L and also the R. Right? The R sound. Many Chinese people have trouble. But that's also, there is no reason why. Because the numbers 1, 2, 3 in Chinese. Say 1, 2, 3 in Chinese for me.
1、2、3、
E-R-R-R-R.
2。
2 is the number 2. That's the letter R.
Wow, you're wonderful, teacher. You're wonderful.
It's the letter R. The number 2 is the letter R. E-R-R.
Yeah.
So that's, you can say R. And you can say la.
2。la.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
M.
Yeah, so when you say the L, I want you to pretend you're going to say Ella.
La.
Good. Now, I want you to add an E to the beginning, like this. Ella.
La.
Yes. Now just take away the E. Now take away the E. Now just la.
La.
Yeah. All right?
La.
So there's the L.
La.
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 La. That's pretty much it. It's more of a la, but yeah, the same thing.
E.
Yeah. L.
L.
Yeah. And just 夸张. L. In English, we call that enunciation. enunciation means 就是 说话中的 Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you're over pronouncing. You're over pronouncing everything.
But you know, with Chinese personalities is hard to enunciation.
Well, it's hard for an American to speak Chinese too. But it can be done. It can be done.
Yeah.
You know?
I think if we speak English, we will change our personality.
不是. No. You're still you. You just are more of you. Because now you can you can express you can express yourself in more ways now. When you learn another language, you can express yourself more. So it's like I'm a musician. 我是音乐家. 我是鼓手. 我是鼓手. And so sometimes I play rock music, and rock music is great. And when I play rock music, it's wonderful. But I also play jazz music, and I also play blues music, and I also play funk music and Latin music and pop music, and every one just makes me more. It doesn't make me different. It just makes me more.
Yeah. Right.
So when you learn a language, it doesn't make me different. It just makes me more. Now I can communicate with you. And when you learn a language from another culture, you learn about that culture. You learn about the way they think and the way they talk, right? So
Yeah.
Chinese is a very direct language. You know, it's very direct.
Do you think so? Is it direct?
Well, yes. Yes and no. It's very complicated.
We think Western culture and English is very direct.
So here's what I mean. When you speak in Chinese, maybe you'll say something very simply and basically without a lot of extras. But we add a lot of extras. Okay? But in Chinese...
That's because you deem polite.
Yes, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I mean by direct. Chinese people don't say a bunch of please and thank yous all the time because it's not needed. It's already implied in the language. The language is implied, like politeness. It's just there. It's assumed, right? Yeah. But in America, I was raised, my parents told me, if you don't say please and thank you all the time, then you are rude. So we were taught that you should always say those.
For being polite.
That's right. We're always told to make sure people really feel like you are polite. If they don't feel like you're polite, then maybe you are rude, right? So so it's not going to be doesn't make you different. It doesn't change your personality. It just makes you able to understand other people better and express yourself to them. That's all. Okay, so I didn't change when I learned Chinese. I didn't change into a different person. Now I just know Chinese. And it's the same, like I said, as music. Musicians play all kinds of music. You know, so I don't change. I'm not a different person because I learned how to play another kind of music. I just know another kind of music now. I'm just more. That's it. You know, so it's great to learn about languages. Language is the music of culture. It's the music of our expression.
Language is music.
Yeah, it is. It is. Music is language. Language is music. They're both the same.
Yeah, every kind of language they have their own melody.
Yeah, that's right. They do. They do. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. So anyway, you can do it, but you need to take the time to learn it properly. And most Chinese people, they just don't know that one simple thing, that Chinese is a small mouth language and English is a big mouth language. If you don't know that, then you can't do it right. But if you know that, then you can start working on it. Okay? I posted a video on my Moments a few weeks ago. I posted a video. It's about, there's an Australian girl. She's an actress. and she's on TV, and they're talking to her about the movie she was just in. And in the movie, she's pretending to be an American person, right? And so they're asking her about her American accent because she usually has an Australian accent, right? And so she's telling them about it, and she said when she speaks Australian English, she barely moves her mouth at all. But when she speaks American English, suddenly she has to move her mouth a lot like this. And it makes her mouth very tired, she said. So you can go find that on my moments in Hello Talk.
Lots of muscle movement.
Yeah, that's right. So she had to learn how to move those muscles. It's just like acting. If you want to be an actor, then you have to learn how to pretend like you know those movements. So every language has grammar that you have to learn, and vocabulary you have to learn, and pronunciation that you have to learn. And the pronunciation is about mouth movements. It's physical movements. You need to understand the physical movements. If you don't understand the physical movements, then you can't do it right. Okay? So it's just when I first started learning Chinese, and you have to learn how to say the word for eat, right? Eat, chi, right? Or the word for is, shi, right? Shi. And you have to have that. It's kind of like an I and an R a little bit together, right? But I had to practice a lot because we don't have that sound in English, not really. I really had to practice. Yeah, right. Sure, right. We don't really have that same kind of sound in English. We really don't. And it took me a long time to practice them, right? When I started Chinese, I used to do my numbers, 1 through 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I would draw the tones while I did it. I would draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Yeah, and then I could say them correctly because I slowed down and I was really paying attention to the movements, right? So I'm a drummer. That's all about movements. I'm memorizing movements. And so it's the same with languages. You have to memorize the movements.
Yeah. I also play drum.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Because we have a private school. In a private school, we teach hobbies to kids.
Oh, that's great.
And we teach kids drum, guitar, and handwriting and English.
That's great. That's great. I was a musician for many, many years before I was an English teacher. So my job for many, many years was just performing music in bars and clubs and restaurants and festivals and weddings and parties and all kinds of things. Yeah.
So one day, actually, I want to open live stream. I want to show you the drum class.
Sure.
To you.
Okay. Sure. Send me a link. Send me a link.
You can see the Chinese kids how to play drum.
Yeah, sure. I have a few friends actually. So I used to live in Taiwan. I taught English in Taiwan for 4.5 years. And some of my friends when I was there, I also played music when I was there. And some of my friends who are there, they also play and teach drums in mainland China. I have a friend in Japan who's a Japanese drummer, and he goes to mainland China to teach drums also. They pay a lot of money there, so much more money. So it's great, and then I've seen the big classes.
In our school, we have many students to learn drums.
That's great. That's fun. All right, well, cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on my stage, Wenhua, and I'm going to talk to some other people here now, but I hope that was helpful to you, and you can come back and it's when you know the other language, it's easier to explain, right? So because I know Chinese, I mean, my Chinese is not great, but it's good enough that I can tell you this is why you're having trouble. Because I can understand the difference.
It's already been very useful.
Good.
I should say thank you. You helping me a lot.
Bukachi.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time then, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
See you.
bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. So we're not really necessarily only talking about English today. We're just talking about concepts, guys, like just concepts, right? So today we were talking about procrastination and finding your voice to be an artist, and you know how hard that can be, and yeah. I have another book here called The Creative Act, A Way of Being. It's also a book about what it means to be an artist and how to be an artist and how to produce as an artist, how to live as an artist. Use idiomatic language. Princess Rabbit, that's not the way language works. You shouldn't try to fit things into your words. You should just use your words and then use them when they're appropriate. Like music, you don't just force notes into the song. The song needs the notes that it needs and only those notes, right? So don't fake it just to try to do it. It's unnatural. If you're practicing for yourself, that's one thing. If you're trying to actually speak, then no, it's not a good way to do it. Okay? Yes, I 86'd the beard. I wanted to freak everybody out more, Carlos. What's the difference between procrastination and hesitation? Hesitation is only a temporary thing that's like, I hesitate to say anything means maybe I shouldn't say anything. Or he hesitated before he crossed the street means he paused for a moment before he crossed the street. But hesitation, sometimes hesitation is just waiting or pause, just a small pause. That's it, for no reason at all. Or for some small reason. But hesitation could be similar to procrastination in one way, that it's like something you're afraid to do. So sometimes hesitation could be, I'm hesitant to raise my hand in class. I'm hesitant to speak up. I'm hesitant to tell the boss what I think, right? So that's a form of procrastination in a way, okay? But procrastination means you have to do something, you should do it now, but you keep saying, I'll do it later. The word procrastination, pro means forward, and crastinus, I think it was, crastinus in Latin means tomorrow. So procrastination means for tomorrow, to put it off until tomorrow. Sometimes I allow myself to procrastinate to just relax a little bit. Well, that's different. That's not necessarily procrastination, because you do need to balance your work, right? So sometimes you need a break. That's not procrastination. That's good maintaining of your system. Right? Balancing of your system, that's all. Having the bridge between two languages makes it easier to explain the troubles, that's right. Yeah. You learn the American accent by identifying the troubles that we had in Spanish. Right. That's exactly right, Carlos. Yeah, and again, man, we have an advantage when you're if you have ever been a serious musician at all, then you have a tremendous advantage because you understand listening on a level that most people don't. It's so funny because I think musicians, we take it for granted or don't realize. I think we don't realize that other people don't listen the same way we do. The normies. Regular people don't hear the way that musicians hear. Musicians are trained to listen. That's what the musician's first job is, to listen on a level that catches everything. Every little thing. If you don't hear everything, you're not listening. So, musicians really learn to listen, and we learn to listen to a song again and again and again and again and again so that we're listening deeply each time. You know, and we also understand practicing in a way that most people don't. Every good musician I know, they know how to practice for many, many hours without stopping. Okay? Every musician I know, we all have a time period in our lives when we go through where we don't really have any other thing in our life except for music. We wake up in the morning and we eat, sleep, and breathe music every day. So, 8, 10, 12 hours a day we're focused on music. Practicing songs again and 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 again. Am I boring you yet? Because that's how we do it. That's how we do it. Again and again and again and again and again. And that's why we know how to practice. So musicians have two big advantages. One is that we know how to listen on a level that most people don't know. It's deeper. We hear things more clearly, more accurately, more deeply. And the other is we understand serious practice. We understand serious practice. Okay, so those two things give every musician a huge advantage in languages. Huge. Don't leave for tomorrow what you can do today. That's right, Rodrigo. How are you, by the way? Yeah. I should, I would like to learn just a little bit of French. I've never really studied any, and that's why my French is so terrible. The pronunciation is too hard. French pronunciation is really hard. Mine is so terrible too. Yeah. Why? Why would I like to learn French? Why not? I never understand why anybody asks the question why about learning. Why not? Why not learn French? Why not learn Arabic? Why not learn Chinese? Why not learn... You're Chinese. You're only trying to learn English. But there are 8 billion people on this planet. And every language is a beautiful one. And languages are dying, by the way. If you didn't know that. Languages are dying. Literally. They are disappearing. There are hundreds of languages have already disappeared. Because the people die, or the people who spoke that language stop speaking that language. They stop using it. And then it's gone. So there have already been hundreds of languages have been lost to time. And more are being lost. Many, many, many more. And many more will be lost because of technology. Now we have technology that will translate any language, anytime, anywhere, and you don't need to do anything. You don't need to know anything. So unfortunately, that will mean that many languages might be kind of lost from the spoken world. Maybe they will become academic languages only. Like, we know how to speak them, we have it recorded, but nobody uses it anymore. Like Latin. They're called dead languages. Latin is a dead language, pretty much. Nobody really speaks it anymore. Right? You can learn it. You can study it. But nobody really speaks it. Have I learned Arabic before? I know a little bit of Arabic. I can say maybe like 10 or 15 words in Arabic. But I can't read it at all. All right. Yeah, I mean, Latin, are there still people who can speak Latin? Yeah, there are a few. Not many, but there's no cultural force of Latin anymore. Even in the Vatican, you know? I mean, I'm willing to bet, if you go to the Vatican, I'm willing to bet that not all of them know Latin well. I'm willing to bet that there are more than a few of them whose Latin is pretty weak. I'm willing to bet. Now, not all of them, because Latin is very close to Italian, right? So, sure, they have an advantage in that way. But still, the only place where Latin was ever really huge was in the Roman Empire and the Christian Church. And even in the church, it's still not very used. It's not well used anymore. Can you understand phrasal verbs? You can, but it takes time. So for phrasal verbs, I think I have a website. What did I do with that? Wait a minute. Let me see if I can find that phrasal verbs website. Try this one. Here's one you can get started with. Oops. There's one for a website for phrasal verbs. Here's another one. This one's really big. Complete lists. This one is 137 pages. Wow. So there you go. And the best way is, one, go through the list and read them and find the ones that you like. Find the ones that you think you can use. Right? So, for example, there's a phrasal verb, bail out. To bail out can have two meanings. It can mean to save or rescue, or it can mean to scoop water. To bail out water, right? So if you don't have a boat, and if you don't need to rescue people often, then that's not one you need. But maybe, let's see, back up. Back up is a good one. To back up your friends. What does that mean? That means to support your friends. That's a good one. Okay? To back up your files means to support your files by making another copy. That's to back them up. Okay? To support them. All right? So, choose the ones that are useful to you, that are interesting to you, and highlight them so that you're learning ones that are interesting, that are useful for you in your life. Okay? And then also you can try to learn the ones that are in the same group. Like, for example, use the word get. Get in, get on, get through, get over, get with, get into. Okay? Try to find all the get phrasal verbs and learn those. Right? Then you can try the next verb. Right? Do. Do over, do with, do whatever. Okay? Rodrigo says, Latin and Greek roots are very useful for studying languages. Latin and Greek roots are very useful for studying Romance languages. Yes, that's true. Yeah. And if you've watched me, Rodrigo, then you know that I teach about etymology all the time, and I know a lot of Latin and Greek roots. Latin was the first language I studied when I was 15. For 1 year, I tortured myself with that language, and it was painful. But I did learn about the Latin and Greek roots, and I learned about etymology. So, yeah. For etymology, Latin is very useful. As a language, it's completely useless. How please what? Okay, so we're talking about many things. Let me ask you a question. Why do you learn? Why do you learn? This is a fundamental problem, is people don't know why they should learn. Why should you learn? Why do you learn? What is education about? Salma, I don't think I have. There is no one book that I would recommend for learning the language from scratch. There's no one book, unfortunately. To be smarter, Igul says, for making my brain young. Okay, I like both of those answers. Those are not bad answers. Many times when I ask people, why do you get an education, they say, to get a good job or to make more money. Which is stupid. What a stupid answer. What a completely stupid answer. Education is about developing yourself into a better version of yourself. You suck right now. Right now you suck because you have no education. You don't know anything. So it's about making you not suck. Okay? That's what education is about. It's not about making more money. It's about making you a better person instead of a worse person. Okay? Because if you don't have an education, it's very likely, it's very, 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 very likely that you will make some poor choices in life. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that everybody who doesn't have an education is a bad person. Okay? I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is education gives you an advantage, and not having an education is a disadvantage. And our world becomes a better place when more people have more education. That's a very simple thing. Okay? So education is about making you a better you. It's about developing you. You know, how are you developing yourself, right? You go to the gym, right? You go to the gym. Why? Why do you go to the gym? To work out your body. Great. So what do you do to work out your mind? Anything? Do you try to work out your mind the same way you try to work out your body? Do you try to work out your mind the same way you try to work out your body? Probably not. Comfort. Many people think comfort is the goal in life. But the truth is, comfort is death. When you're too comfortable, you don't have a need for anything. So you don't do anything. So sometimes we think we're trying to make our lives more comfortable. We're trying to find, I want the more comfortable house. I want the more comfortable bed. I want the more comfortable couch. I want the more comfortable house, the more comfortable. But you're making yourself so comfortable that you don't need to do anything. So you make yourself into a lazy person who's floating through life and not developing yourself. Developing yourself usually comes from necessity, right? Why do you get stronger? Because you need to be stronger to climb that tree to get that apple. If you can't climb the tree, you can't get the apple. So you get stronger so you can climb the tree to get the apple, right? Yeah. Hello, Nima. Is that you? Nima? Hello, Nima. Reading books is the best way to work out the mind. I would say reading books is definitely one of the easiest ways to work out the mind, for sure. Yeah, reading. Yeah, definitely. All right. Do you have something interesting to ask me? If you don't, why not? I don't live stream every day. I live stream many days. Usually I'm here Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday. Okay, I'm usually here Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday, and I'm here sometime in the morning in America, right? So morning New York City time. All right, so maybe it's 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30, somewhere in that neighborhood. That's when I start my live streams in America. But that is going to be nighttime in China, right? So right now is 11:49 a.m., which should be what is that? Oh, that's 12:49. It's almost 1 a.m. in Beijing. So yeah, and you can also, here's my YouTube, and here is my website, and here is my blog. And my blog is really good. You should go read my blog. I have many articles on my blog that explain everything. Okay? Many of the questions you have. How can you adopt an American accent? Practice pronunciation. This is not hard. You need to learn what's the difference between an American accent and an Afghani accent? What's the difference in the mouth movements? What sounds are hard for you, legend? What sounds in English are hard for you? Is it the TH sound? Is it the R sound? Is it the V sound? Is it the W sound? What sound is difficult for you? And then focus on learning that sound. But I don't teach people to have a perfect accent. I don't care about your accent being perfect. Okay? So I don't want you to have an accent like mine. I don't. I want you to have an accent that people can understand. That is all. Okay? I'm yelling at you because this is important. If you want to sound like you were born in America, that's a stupid goal. That's a stupid goal. I'm sorry. It's a stupid, stupid goal that you want to sound just like an American. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What does matter is, do people understand your words? Are they clear enough to understand? That's all that matters. Okay? And here is the other thing that you did not think about, legend. If you try to get rid of your accent, you are basically saying, I'm ashamed of my culture. I'm embarrassed of my culture. I'm trying to hide my culture. Don't try to hide your culture. Just focus on being clear. Okay? Clarity. That's it. All right? Can I send the link here? Christiani, I'm sorry, which link are you talking about? Oh, you mean to my website and things like that? I don't think I can. Unfortunately, I don't think I can send it to my YouTube chat. I don't know how. I'm sorry, Christiani, I don't know how. I can tell you what they are. If you go to my Linktree, okay? If you go to Linktree, if you know about Linktree, you can search for AFIEC English. AFIEC English. Okay? AFIEC English. If you search for that online, you should find my websites and things. Okay? If you wanted to hide your nationality, then you wouldn't use the Afghan flag. Okay, fine. So, then stick with that. Remember that. If you speak English well, and you're not from America, and you have an accent, people will think, wow, people from Afghanistan speak English so well. That's amazing. That's a good thing. That's a compliment for your culture and your country. Okay? Shredded and shattered are not the same, right? Yeah, shredded. To shred means to cut into many small pieces, Carlos. So that's why we say shredded cheese, right? You use the cheese shredder, right? You take the block of cheese and the shredder and you shred it into small pieces, right? So that's why we call that shredded cheese. It's cut into small pieces. Shattered means to broken into many small pieces. So a glass, if you drop a glass on the ground, it will shatter into a million pieces, okay? Yeah. What happens when the day is cloudy? What? Huh? Did I miss something? Shadow? Is that a joke about shadowing, Rodrigo? I like that. Ba-doom-tsh. Okay, look at me. Hi. Do I look like I'm 13? Do I look like I'm a teenager? I mean, I guess I dress like a teenager. The point is, I'm not a bro, and I'm not dog. I'm not cuz. Okay? I'm not bro. I'm not cuz. I'm not dog. I'm not dude. Okay? It's not a good way to address people when you don't know them. Okay? There's a lesson for you. You fold your hands before me. Why? I'm just saying, it's just not a good thing. When you meet new people, why not address them properly? When you meet somebody new, why do you think it's a good thing to say, "Hey, dog"? Why do you think that's a good thing to say? "Hey, dog, what's up, dog"? Why is that a good thing? You're trying to be cool, I assume, if you call me that, right? And if you say, "Hey, bro," I know you're trying to be friendly, but there are better ways to be friendly. There are better ways to be friendly. You know? What is my profession? Take a guess. There are 2 places on the screen that tell you what I do. There are 2 places that you can see on the screen that will tell you my job. No, that is one of my jobs, but no, I'm not talking about that. What does it say my name is? What's written right next to my picture? Do you see my picture? What's next to my picture? What does it say next to my picture? It says teacher. Now, Rodrigo, if you said, "What's up, Doc?" Now that one I might like, only because I like Bugs Bunny. All right? So, on the top of my screen, it says Concepts with Teacher Mark. That's the name of this stream. Concepts with Teacher Mark. Concepts with Teacher Mark. And next to my picture, it says Teacher Mark, host. Teacher Mark, host. So how do you not know what I do? How do you not know what I do? It's right there. It's right there. I am a professional teacher, indeed. Well, some days I'm more professional than others, but it's my job. Let's just say that. Let me just tell you this, okay? Listen, if you're meeting new people, I don't care if it's on the internet or on a video game or in real life. You need to know how to introduce yourself and address someone properly. Okay? And "What's up, dog?" is not a good way. "Hey, dude" is not a good way. "Hey, bro" is not a good way. Okay? So, try "Hello. Nice to meet you. My name is..." It's funny, but it works. April, you want me to pronounce possession, 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 and position, position, position. Possession, position, Okay? Possession. Position. Okay? All right. So, yes, I do have a YouTube channel. I'm on it right now. Every live stream I do here is also on YouTube at the same time. Okay? And I have a website. And I have a blog. Okay? I don't mean to sound rude. Maybe I am rude. Maybe people think I'm rude. But it's funny to me when you come to my room and you ask me, what do you do? Because it's right there. It's right there. It's right there. I just don't understand how you do that. It says it. Okay. Do you want to talk about something? You know, we were talking about education before and how you're supposed to develop yourself, right? Like the other day, some guy from, I think he was from Italy. Maybe. He said, how can I flirt with girls? Like, how can I get girls to be interested in me? You know, guys, this is really not hard. I don't know why you think this is hard. If girls are not interested in you, it's probably because you are not very interesting. It's very simple. Are you interesting or not? You know? Are you interesting or not? Be interesting and people will be interested. It's very simple. Okay? So that's what I learned when I was like 30 years old. I finally learned this lesson in life. You need to look at yourself in the mirror, and this is for guys and girls, both guys and girls. You have to look at yourself in the mirror, and you have to ask yourself honestly, would you date you? Would you date you? How would you look at yourself? Would you consider, do you have anything to offer? What do you have to offer? Do you have any talents? Do you have any skills? Are you good at anything? Do you believe in anything? Do you do anything that benefits people and benefits the community? Guys think it's all about money, and sure, that's one way to do it. But I've never had money, but I've still never had trouble. But that's because I play drums, and I can cook, and I know Chinese, and I've traveled, and I've lived abroad, and I've talked to people in every place in the world. Those are things that make me interesting, so people are interested in talking to me. You think I have money, Ahmad, but I don't. I'm willing to bet, Ahmad, I'm willing to bet you have more money than I do. I'm willing to bet. Take care, Carlos. Always good to see you, my friend. Always good to see you. Girls like stupid guys who make them laugh all the time. Well, that is kind of true. That is kind of true. I will say that. If you can make a girl laugh, that helps. That's definitely a really good thing. Okay? It's not the only thing. It's a good way to get a girl's attention, is if you can make them laugh. And girls like that only because, not just girls, everybody likes that. But I mean, I just think you're showing that you have a lighthearted spirit and that you can be a source of joy. That you can be a source of joy. Who doesn't want a source of joy in their life? Everybody wants a source of joy in their life. right? So when you can make a girl laugh, you show her that you can be a source of joy. That's it. We should not run after girls. Let them... you should not run after girls. You should focus on you. If you make yourself into a good person, then you won't need to go after anybody. They will come to you, and then you can do the same thing, because this is true for girls too. Girls, you have to develop yourselves too, girls. Right? This is not just guys. Everybody has to develop themselves. If you have nothing to offer, why should I be interested in you? If you have nothing to offer me, are you intelligent? Can you hold a conversation? Do you have a skill or a talent that might interest in me? Maybe a talent or something we can share. You know, do you like to cook and I like to cook also? That's great. You like to travel and I like to travel also? That's great. Right? So, you shouldn't go after anybody, because you should be worried about yourself. I mean, you should be worried about developing yourself. That's what you should be focused on. If you're focused on trying to find somebody else, let me think of a good analogy. Let me think. It's like surfing. Do you guys know about surfing? When you surf, you sit there and you wait for the wave to come. Right? You sit there and you wait for that wave to come. And you wait for the right wave. And when you see that right wave, you try to catch it. But you have to be ready to surf. If you don't know how to surf, then if you catch the wave, it doesn't matter. You're going to just fall. So you have to practice learning how to surf so that when the right wave comes, that you can catch it. But if you suck at surfing because you didn't take any time to learn how to surf, then when the right wave comes, you won't catch it. That's like a relationship. A relationship is like a good wave. And when it comes, you have to be ready to catch it. But if you didn't work on yourself, if you didn't develop yourself, if you didn't learn how to surf, then that wave is going to go and you're not going to catch it because you're not ready. So that's why you should not be thinking about the other people or the girls or boys, or you should be thinking about learning how to be a better you, learning how to develop yourself so that when that wave comes, you can catch it. Okay? I hope that makes sense. But most people, maybe the perfect wave comes, the perfect girl, the perfect guy is right there. But you didn't work on yourself. So it won't work. Anyway. Okay, what time is it? It's, wow, already an hour and 47 minutes I've been here. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so make a note of everybody, if you come to my room, do not address me as dude, do not address me as bro, do not address me as dog. Mark is fine, Teacher Mark is fine. I'll even take sir just once, because I don't want to be called a sir, but you can say it the first time because it's polite. And then, after you say, nice to meet you, sir, I will tell you, oh, it's nice to meet you too. You can just call me Teacher Mark. You don't need to be so formal. That's what I will say. Okay? That's right. Work on yourself and the right person may come. Not will come, may come. I can't say will. Fate is fate. But you have to do your part. You have to do your part, right? That's the thing about luck, and the thing about fate is, in English we have a phrase, we say fortune favors the bold. Let me write that for you. Fortune favors the bold. And what that means is, if you want to be lucky, you have to try to do something. You can't just sit there. That's not bold. Okay? You have to make a choice. You have to try something. You have to put yourself out there. Be bold. And maybe luck will favor you. But if you're not bold, luck will never favor you. So be bold and develop yourself and put yourself out there. And then maybe fortune will favor you. All right? Yes, work on yourself and the right person might come. It's not always a will, you know. But regardless, the world is a better place if you worked on yourself. True or false, right? So if you work on yourself, maybe the right person will come and you'll have a great relationship. But if that doesn't happen, you still worked on yourself and everybody is better for it. Okay? Can I suggest an online academy for IELTS? I can tell you, you can go to my website, which is right here. If you go to my website, Sahib, sign up. It's free. Just subscribe. And when you subscribe from my website, click on the resources button. There's a resources button on the menu. And then you'll see another button that says TOEFL IELTS preparation. And you can click that. And there are many links for IELTS and TOEFL preparation on that website. Okay? I just put it there. That's the website right there. Okay? That's it. AFIECEnglish.com. That's me. You are welcome. Okay. So it's been almost 2 hours, and we've been talking about lots of different things. Some of it was English. A lot of it is just life and development. And I'm trying to do a lot more of that recently, because I feel like it's needed. I feel like there are too many people in this world who don't understand a very basic thing. Your job is to learn and grow. And if you are not learning and growing, you are not doing your job as a human. Okay? Your job as a human is to learn and to grow. All right. Well, if nobody has anything else they want to talk about or ask me about, I'm surprised more people didn't mention the fact that I shaved off my beard. I was hoping I would upset more people. A person without an education is an incomplete person. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, unfortunately. It's like an undeveloped person. It's a sad thing, because every person could learn and grow and be more. Not in all the same ways. Everybody can't be the same, but everybody can grow. That's right. Your job as a human being is to learn and grow. Before any other job you have, okay? Before your job as a father, before your job as a mother, before your job as a sister or brother, before your job as a lawyer or doctor, before your job as anything. Your job is as a human to learn and grow. Because if you learn and grow, you will be a better father, a better mother, a better brother, a better sister, a better doctor, a better lawyer, if you learn and grow. That's why your main job in life, before any other job, is to learn and grow. Привет. Hello. A quote from Simon Bolivar. But in Spanish it means a different way. Which quote is that? Oh, the one, a person without education is an incomplete person. Ah, okay. Yeah, I agree. It's like it's just a sad thing, because it's like, wow, the potential, the missed potential, the lost potential, you know? That's a sad thing. That's the thing I think is most sad about people who don't learn. You're currently studying English. It's difficult but interesting. Well, keep trying. Keep trying. Okay, guys, it's been almost 2 hours. I have 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. So if you have a question or something you want to talk about or a topic, give me your topic or give me your question, because you only have about 5 more minutes. Okay? Can I write in Spanish? Rodrigo, are you talking to me? No, I can't. My Spanish is not that good. Thank you, Suleiman. I'm glad you think so. Will I come tomorrow? Probably, yes, if I'm not too busy. I think I don't. Let me check my schedule tomorrow. Let me see if I've got a busy morning tomorrow. No, I think I should be here tomorrow. Sometimes I'm too busy, but I should be here tomorrow. Okay? And yeah, I'm weird. Okay? If you didn't know that already, I'm weird. Proudly weird. And sometimes I talk about English, but sometimes I talk about other stuff. Okay? And I'm no master, and I don't know everything. I'm kind of dumb about a lot of things, but maybe a couple ideas that I have, maybe you like them. Okay? So you can come and see. And if you don't like them, then you can laugh at them. That's fun too. So, yes, on that note, I will go. But thank you guys for coming. It was nice. It was fun. And hello, Ricardo. You've been watching my classes for the last year. Thank you very much. I'm glad it helps. And it's nice to hear that sometimes. So thank you, Rodrigo. I'll work on my French. Okay. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. And I'll see you guys next time. Okay? Bye, everyone.